I am
Defiant.
I am Defiant.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am. I am Defiant.
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 I am.
I am.
I am.
I am defiant.
I am Defiant.
I am
The villain. We are Defiant.
A very good evening from Newcastle upon Tyne. History will be made tonight in the O2 Academy, the beginning of a new era, as we are Defiant. Big show coming up on pay-per-view in just the next few minutes' time. But first, our pre-show. Dave Bradshaw here with James R. Kennedy. And James, what a show we've got tonight.
Oh, it's going to be a hell of a show. What a huge night. You can feel the electric atmosphere here in Newcastle. I can't wait to get started. Let's do it.
So much to come up, including a triple threat match for the Defiant Championship. But right now, let's take it to the ring and get things started. Our general manager, the boss, is in the building. Stu Bennett, live in Newcastle to get us kicked off tonight here.
Well, listen to that response. These people are fired up, and by the looks of things, Dave Bradshaw, so is our general manager here tonight.
Well, Stu Bennett has promised to unveil the new Defiant Championship belt.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
And of course, the big announcement that he has promised before we get started here is a brand new member of the Defiant roster. Who is it going to be? Presumably, we might be moments away from finding out. Stop clapping.
Oh, you're going to start this already.
Another former champ, the leader of the curb crawlers, Marty.
You can clap that if you like.
Ugh. Oh, listen to these idiots already.
Which brings me to this. Now this bag contains a live python. Actually, believe it or not, I was lying. Although, Stu the Snake Bennett does have a certain ring to it. That's not the first time I've been called that, but we can't look at that. But no, this bag actually contains something even more impressive than my snake. So without further ado, let's welcome out the Defiant Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the World, Marty!
Here he comes! He is a man who cashed in his Magnificent 7 briefcase and refused to lose in October, made what was then a WCPW title match between Will Ospreay and Joe Hendry into a triple threat, and the villain, well, the rest is history. He left that night with the title, and as a result of that, becomes the first ever Defiant champion.
It's a disgrace. It should be the prestigious one, Joe Hendry, coming out to this ovation in Newcastle. But no, it's the villain, Marty Scurll.
And notice that Scurll does not have a championship belt with him, presumably something that Stu Bennett is about to make right in just the next few moments.
Well, we'll see. We will see. Anything can happen here in Defiant Wrestling.
As we said, a new era here. Our old championship belts, of course, are no longer in commission, which means there is an item that belongs to Marty Scurll that is about to be handed to him, I think, in front of these hundreds of rowdy fans here in Newcastle.
Marty Scurll looks as though he is all business here tonight. He has come to see what the general manager has to bestow upon him. Listen to this atmosphere, Bradshaw.
Very popular champion.
Marty, I couldn't help noticing you seem to be missing something. Exactly. Where on earth has that whole title gone? Well, it turns out Repo Man came along and took it away. But for once, I do have some good news, because inside this bag is Marty Scurll's new Defiant Wrestling Heavyweight title.
Let's see it. Oh. I like it. Look at that thing. A title belt worthy of a champion like the villain.
Yeah, for now, Bradshaw, but later on this evening, the prestigious one could be getting his hands on that very gold.
Yeah, don't count your chickens. Marty Scurll has absolutely no intention of giving up the Defiant Championship belt so soon after receiving it.
Oh, look at this, posing for pictures and all sorts. What is this, a meet and greet?
It's a historic moment is what it is. What a champion to have as our first ever champion. What an ambassador, a representative. Marty Scurll, one of the finest pro wrestlers in the world.
He is one hell of an athlete, I'll give you that.
Let's see what the champ has to say.
Guys, you didn't come up today to...
Now, hang on a second.
What is this?
Well, the lights have gone out here. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Are you kidding? Oh my God! Oh my God! That's Austin Aries! Austin Aries! The greatest man that ever lived!
What in the hell is Austin Aries doing here in Newcastle?
Well, we'd heard Stu Bennett say he signed one of the world's hottest free agents to a 6-month deal. I didn't know he was talking about Austin Aries.
What did I just say moments ago, Dave Bradshaw? Anything can happen in Defiant Wrestling. This is live and in living color proof of that.
Well, pick your jaws up off the floor. Austin Aries in a Defiant Wrestling ring.
Wow.
Listen to this.
It's good to hear they didn't forget who I am. Now I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what the hell am I doing here tonight? I was supposed to be exclusive for IPW UK, but then there was a business proposal. And one, yeah, Stu. And it was a business proposal that I couldn't pass up. Because right now, Austin Aries is about one thing. And that's giving the fans who just want to see pro wrestlers, pro wrestling, and giving them exactly that. And stamping my name of approval in the companies that want to do things the right way. The companies that want to treat the fans the right way, and more importantly, that want to treat the talent the right way. So that's why I'm here tonight. And of course, Marty, I have all the respect for you, for what you're doing, but you have a big target right on your shoulder. And one that I'd like to put around my waist.
Wow! Isn't this interesting? Let me be the first one to welcome you to Defiant Wrestling. But you listen to me, if you think you're gonna come here and cause a spot of bother, that's fair enough. That's fine. But you're gonna have to get to the back of the queue. You don't just walk in here and get a title shot with the Veda.
Get intense here.
We're good here. No, we're good. I don't have to start at the back of the line because for the last 17 years, I've been proving that I belong at the front of the line. So understand this, villain. You don't decide when you have to face the truth, because the truth will find you whether you like it or not. And right now, the truth is staring you in the eyes, and he's telling you that your time is up.
Oh, now, hang on. Oh. Austin Aries making a statement of intent here to the Defiant champion.
General manager's got a job on his hands here.
Stu Bennett trying to keep Scurll and Aries apart.
This crowd want to see it, Bradshaw, right here and right now.
Well, Scurll has a point. Aries can't just walk in here and have a title shot. Scurll has a triple threat match coming up tonight.
Uh-oh.
Aries has done what may be something of a mistake here. You don't steal the villain's umbrella.
Talk about leaving an impression, if you like. Austin Aries has walked into Defiant Wrestling, and he has done exactly that.
Sign of disrespect, or perhaps at least Aries showing Scurll that he's not intimidated.
You watch your back, yeah? That's what I'm going to say. You watch your back.
Well, Scurll is leaving here in something of a bad mood after that sign of disrespect from Austin Aries.
The champion's gone.
I still can't believe Aries is here. Now, hang on.
What's this now?
Is that a put?
Austin, there is
Check,
one
check,
more
check.
thing in this bag for you.
It's not a python, is it?
Before we forget,
I'm afraid of snakes.
Now, that to me looks like a contract.
That I'm not afraid of.
How about that? Stu Bennett handing that 6-month contract to the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries, the newest member of the Defiant roster. What a way to start this new era tonight.
Dave Bradshaw, this is huge. This is a blockbuster signing, and I'm just going to let all the Defiant Wrestling fans tell you that. Listen to this.
Well, Aries might be here, he might be after the championship, but as Marty Scurll said, Aries is not first in line. It's Scurll, Hendry and Kirby for the triple threat for the title later on tonight.
Havoc, you're the tag champion of the fans want to know. I'll leave you to it.
Well, I'm not sure what we just witnessed. Primate doing something with the hardcore championship belt, but in any case, coming up later on We Are Defiant tonight, our first ever pay-per-view with Defiant Wrestling, Primate will defend the Defiant Hardcore Championship against his own his co-tag team champion, Jimmy Havoc. But those two might want to be a little bit careful about how much they beat the you-know-what out of each other, because coming up next, a tag team match, a #1 Contenders match. The winners of this next match will face the tag team champions down the line.
It's an incredible situation when you have partners going at it for the hardcore title. This is something else. I can't wait to see it.
Let's take it to the ring and get this #1 Contenders match underway.
The following contest is set for one fall. It has a 20-minute time limit and will decide the #1 contenders to the Tag Team Championship. Coming to the ring at this time, this is the team of Ashley Gunn, Kelly Six, the South Coast Connection.
What an opportunity for these two young men, Kelly Six and Ashley Dunn, the South Coast Connection, just one win away from being next in line for the Defiant Tag Team titles, currently held, of course, by Primate and Havoc.
Can you believe it, Bradshaw? These young men came out of nowhere, and what a splash they have made. Now they want to top it all off by becoming the #1 contenders for Tag Team Championship gold. Don't count them out, that's for sure.
Well, South Coast Connection might be looking to win here, but they have a big, big challenge in front of them.
Introducing their opponents. First of all, BT Gunn.
BT Gunn and his tag team partner here, who you'll see in a second. Here he is, the big man.
His tag team partner, Joe Coffey.
Well, both these men, Coffey and Gunn, personally told me, Dave Bradshaw, and I wish it was through bulletproof glass, I have to be honest, but they did tell me earlier on today that they only have one focus, and it's not the prestige. It is the Defiant Tag Team Championships. They have to go through the South Coast Connection. This is going to be one hell of a match. Who will get that opportunity?
Yeah, well, one of the big stories here as we start Defiant Wrestling seems to be the disintegration of the prestige. Obviously, we know that Travis Banks is no longer a part of that group for reasons we'll discuss later on. But as you say, rumor has it that BT Gunn and Joe Coffey no longer want anything to do with Hendry and Ligero. They want to focus their attentions on tag team title gold.
Now that makes me feel sick to my stomach simply because, as you know, Bradshaw, I don't need to point it out, I was such a huge, huge proponent, huge fan of the prestige, and now Joe Coffey and BT Gunn no longer in that equation. They have their eyes set on the tag team titles. Why not for the prestige? Why not for the common good?
Well, maybe they've seen the light here if they've finally got away from Hendry.
And look at this, handshakes. This is very unlike these men.
That's got to be a ploy, hasn't it? I don't know if a leopard can change its spots that much in the case of Gunn and Coffey. In any case, bell's going to ring. We are going to get started, and this one with a lot at stake. Number one contenders, the winners of this one will be. And make no mistake about it, despite the fact that both Primate and Jimmy Havoc, the tag team champions, have a hardcore title match against each other later on, they will both be watching this with interest as Coffey and Gunn go for clotheslines. South Coast Connection into the corner, no one home. They duck the clotheslines, finally sent colliding into each other, and both taken down with headlock takedowns. Action coming thick and fast in the opener here on the We Are Defiant pre-show.
And look at this standoff, and there's almost a mix-up of sides. Well, here we go.
I went for another handshake this time. The former Prestige member lured them in. The South Coast Connection, though, end up flying through the air and taking out both of their bigger opponents.
Well, don't get too muddled up in the Prestige narrative. What an opportunity for the South Coast Connection. They can make a huge splash here. They could be the number one contenders. Don't bet against them.
Wouldn't dream of betting against these two young men with what we've seen from them in the past few months. Really announced their arrival in the pro wrestling world with some of their performances here in Newcastle and elsewhere, as Ashley Dunn reverses the Irish whip. Coffey into the corner. Six leads up his own opponent. There's a Hurricane Runner and a drop kick from Six. Great double team from these two men. Six and Dunn get a 2 count.
There's that teamwork coming. Oh,
wow, did you hear that? BT Gunn crashing hard into that metal rampway, and for now at least, Coffey is going to be 2-on-1, but he might not mind if he's got strikes like that in his arsenal tonight.
Dunn and Six best be careful. They don't want to let these ex-Prestige members settle it down.
Coffey takes out the legs of Kelly Six, going to maybe go for that giant swing. Ashley Dunn saw it coming. No way. Coffey,
sheer power,
with Dunn on his back, still manages the swing on Six. Joe Coffey manhandling both members of the South Coast Connection.
Incredible strength from Joe Coffey.
Yeah, and Six is still the legal man. Coffey locking in that Boston Crab, that nearly 300-pound frame, bringing its weight down on the lower back, and that's why Ashley Dunn had to break that up as fast as he could.
Well, this is it though, Bradshaw. The SCC, thus far, they have shown tremendous teamwork. But again, if Coffey and Gunn get settled down, these young men are in real trouble.
We talked about the winners of this one being number one contenders for the tag team titles. Don't forget, we've got plenty of other championship gold on the line tonight. The Defiant Championship, as we've already said. Marty Scurll defending against the two most recent holders of that championship belt, or at least its predecessor, in Joe Hendry and Martin Kirby.
Don't remind me. Joe Hendry will wrong. He'll right a wrong, shall we say. I'm all flustered here today. I can't believe what we've already seen. Austin Aries coming out here, and now there's tremendous tag match.
Ashley Dunn took a kick to the head there as Six ends up with Gunn. Somersaulting over the top of him. Springboard crossbody takes out both of the SCC.
This is what I was talking about. Gunn and Coffey, comparative veterans.
Yeah, Dunn might have been knocked out by that kick from Gunn. 2 count only. And now
This is a different BT Gunn and Joe Coffey, though, than we've seen in recent times. They seem to almost be playing to the crowd. And I'm not sure I like this, Bradshaw.
I think they've maybe realised that antagonising the crowd for no reason is actually to their detriment, not to their benefit, as Gunn gets another 2 count. And Gunn backing Ashley Dunn into the corner. Good tag team wrestling to keep Dunn isolated as far away from his tag partner as possible.
Coffey in control. This man has unparalleled strength.
And he might have just taken Ashley Dunn's left arm out of its socket. Dunn goes flying, his head snapping back into the opponent's corner. These quick tags from Gunn and Coffey, evidence, if ever you needed it, that these two know each other very well. Their time served together in the Prestige has made them a very cohesive unit. Gunn floats over again, this time just a 1 count.
It's a very good point, Bradshaw. When you think about it, I'm out here jawing off about the South Coast connection, the teamwork, the chemistry that they have.
Another cover and another 2 count for Gunn.
You're absolutely right. When you think about it, Gunn and Coffey in the Prestige, they're already a well-oiled machine. Spoke too soon.
Dunn will sit down. The jawbreaker there gives him an opportunity to tag in Kelly Six, which he does, but here comes Coffey as well. Coffey goes for the black Coffey. Six was able to duck it, and now Kelly Six unloading with the forearms and chops. Well, Coffey, the stronger of the two, able to reverse the Irish whip. And Six, that's one way out. He reversed that move into the corner.
So resourceful.
Yeah. These two, the South Coast connection, able to find their way out of so many difficult predicaments. Coffey so dangerous. Six needs to be extremely careful. Missile dropkick off the top rope.
But here comes Gunn.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there by Six to allow Coffey to land near his own partner. Gunn lands on his feet behind Six. There's those hard kicks from BT Gunn. He might be a little bit unhinged, but do not be in any doubt whatsoever about the striking ability and the in-ring talent of BT Gunn.
The case in point.
Gunn! Cover. Hooks the left leg. Will this do it? No, he was a split second away from himself and Coffey becoming the #1 contenders for the Defiant tag team titles.
Now, I think this attitude change that we're seeing from Gunn and Coffey, it's throwing South Coast off their game. They're the ones who usually want the fans on side.
Again, though, Kelly Six able to find a way to tag his partner. Gunn leaping through the air. He's at his best when he is defying gravity. Is actually done. Look at the confidence from this young man.
Wow.
Not many people have the balls to do that to Joe Coffey.
Hey, let me tell you, there's a receipt coming for that a little later on. Trust me.
Boot to the face and Gunn and another one. Again, though, Gunn,
here it comes.
Well, this is where Dunn might regret what he did a minute ago. Coffey tries to launch at him again. Dunn maybe trying for a pinning predicament, but the power of Joe Coffey stopped him dead in his tracks. And now round and round and round goes Ashley Dunn. Planted face first, the middle of the canvas. Coffey to become the #1 contenders. Not quite done. Again, resilient, finds a way out.
These young men always do. I wasn't too fond of them when the aerial assassin Will Ospreay brought them to our attention, but you can't fail to be impressed. South Coast, that is.
Again, the winners of this are going to be the next in line for a shot at the tag team title. Another title we haven't talked about. As you see, the former Prestige members, Coffey and Gunn, double team in here on Ashley Dunn. Look at this. Release German suplex. The cover from Gunn. Kelly Six had to break that up because his partner was absolutely not kicking out of that. As I was about to say, the other title match we haven't talked about tonight, the women's title, going to be on the line. Kaylee Ray has had that title since June at Built to Destroy. Will she lose it tonight to Veda Scott?
Well, she could very well. Veda, wait a minute. I was about to say that's an intense situation. We have one in the middle of the ring.
Oh, did you hear that chop? Echoed around the O2 Academy. I think it sent ripples down the River Tyne.
Like a gunshot, pun intended.
Spinning kick from Kelly Six. Six and Dunn trying to double team Gunn here and still on his feet.
Uh-oh.
They'll try again.
That's got to be it, Bradshaw.
Urinagi into a backcracker for Dunn. And this time it was Coffey who had to make the save. Both of these teams getting very, very close to victory.
It's anyone's guess who's going to be the #1 contenders for the Defiant Tag Team Championships. Both these teams giving each other hell.
And don't forget, the winners of this could well be the favourites to win that championship, because Primate and Jimmy Havoc may well rip each other apart in that hardcore title match later on, as Kelly Six jumped off the top, eats the boot of BT Gunn. Now Dunn back in as well. The big clothesline from Joe Coffey. All 4 men down in this tag team match.
Now the most crucial thing in this, who gets to their feet first? That may prove decisive in this #1 contendership match. Who gets to their feet first?
Well, Kelly Six has got to his feet, but he's done it by rolling out of the ring. It doesn't necessarily help him because he's left his partner in there 2-on-1. Coffey's now on the apron. It looks like we might be restoring some order here. Gunn finally tagging in Coffey, so it's Coffey and Dunn who are legal.
Coffey has the advantage.
And again, Dunn with no fear. You might regret that. Don't ask for Joe Coffey to hit you.
He wants some more.
It's all very well trying to show no pain, show no fear in the face of someone like Joe Coffey, but eventually those strikes are going to get to you. Dunn was able to block that discus lariat again. And now Dunn taking away the vertical base of Coffey. Went for the running knee. Coffey trying to maybe go for a rolling German suplex. Big back elbow from the big man. He'll spring off the middle, the top, the cross body from Coffey. The cover from Joe Coffey, and Coffey wins it for himself and BT Gunn.
Here are your winners, BT Gunn and Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey and BT Gunn become the #1 contenders for the Defiant Tag Team Championships, and that means the target on the backs of Primate and Jimmy Havoc just got that little bit bigger.
You want to talk about a volatile situation, so much going on here in Defiant Wrestling. Not only are the reigning tag champs at loggerheads, but they have new contenders, and oh how dangerous they are, BT Gunn and Joe Coffey.
So Gunn and Coffey will move on sometime in the near future to challenge for the tag team titles, but now hang on, match is over, guys. Coffey is pulling Ashley Dunn to his feet. Gunn is offering a handshake to Kelly Six.
What is this? This is so out of character for Coffey and Gunn.
South Coast Connection need to be careful here. This is out of character, but well, maybe we're seeing a new side to Joe Coffey and BT Gunn. Well, regardless, very soon we might be seeing new championship gold over the shoulders of Coffey and Gunn if they get their way in the very near future. Wow.
Unbelievable.
What a start to things here at Defiant Wrestling. We are getting ready for our main show, and we are going to give you a rundown right now of everything that's coming up on our main show a little bit later on. Well, the product David Starr and Speedball Mike Bailey had a hell of a match at Refuse to Lose in October. They are now going to have their second in what could be a best of 3. The winner will be the #1 contender for the internet title.
And don't forget, Pastor William Ever, a live sermon here in Newcastle. What's going to happen?
Primate and Jimmy Havoc, we mentioned them before, they are the tag team champions, but tonight they collide for the Defiant Hardcore Championship.
And you mentioned it before, Bradshaw, the Defiant Women's title, Kaylee Ray against Veda Scott. What a match it's going to be.
Well, meanwhile, the Kiwi buzzsaw, Travis Banks, has managed to rid himself of the prestige. Tonight, he goes up against a man who is still aligned to Joe Hendry, the Mexican sensation, El Ligero.
And your main event, the villain Marty Scurll defends the Defiant World Championship against Martin Kirby and Joe Hendry.
You can see the whole thing on Access Defiant, our new on-demand service. If you sign up now at access.wearedefiant.com, you get a 30-day free trial. After that, $8.99 a month. We're also on TV Player and on Fight. So much going on tonight on our first ever pay-per-view. We are Defiant.